Hello, I'm Suzanne Williams, and this video is to show you my wearable technology project. First, I'm gonna show you the schematic. So as you can see, I'm designing a crown that is themed towards Sleeping Beauty, and that's my favorite movie as a kid, so I wanted to design something that was fun and colorful. And in the schematic, you can see the front and the back. So the front has one set of LEDs and the back has another set. What's going to happen is when the switch is turned on, the front set will blink on in a pattern in going between the 4 pairs of them. Then the back will glow pink and blue alternating, and that has a fade setting on it so that it goes from pink to blue, just like in the Sleeping Beauty movie when they're arguing about if her dress should be pink or blue or switching back and forth. Next, I went to doing the layout of the LEDs. I wanted them to be in a particular place, but I wasn't sure how that was going to line up with all of the electrical lines that had to happen, the positive and the negative roots. So I started with the front side and realized that when I went to the back that I was going to have some lines overlap. So what I ended up doing was creating 2 pieces of felt and treating them as 2 separate surfaces so that the electrical paths would not be overlapping each other. And when I assembled the crown, I put another piece of felt in the center so that they didn't have anything touching each other, so there was no shorts that were going to happen. The first step I took in this project was to design the layout, and then I worked on the programming. Now this was a little bit of a challenge because I wanted the lights to do 2 separate things, and in the Arduino LilyPad programming you can only have things work in succession or in a timeline. So I had to figure out how I was going to integrate those 2 different light functions, the blinking and the fading. And what I ended up doing was having the blink first and then the fade happen. And one of the little hiccups was that only some of the ports on the LilyPad will allow you to fade the lights up and down. So I did have to make a couple little changes as I was programming just to see what colors, which ones were doing what. Then I set out to get the crown to actually be a crown, right? So it actually had to look nice and what I wanted it to be and function as something that could be worn. So as you can see here in the picture, it's just plain felt and you can still see all of the workings. So I wanted to change that and cover things up so that only the lights would show, and that I had something for the glowing lights to also kind of blink on and off with. So here's the final design of the crown. As you can see, it does not show any of the lights, but there are lights here. We don't see any of the mechanism, we're just going to see the light function. Here's the back. They have different locations for the lights, and also the port and the battery here. And this is the switch, so that's going to turn everything on and off. Okay, so let's try it once with the lights, the ambient light on. So here we go. See if we can see them. As you can see, there's a pattern happening. Now we have the back going. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the back is going to go pink to blue, and then it'll repeat on the front. Next, I'm going to show you with the ambient lights down. Okay, so here now you can see a bit better of the lights as they blink. So through the back going, one more time, and there's the front, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the back is going pink, blue, pink, blue. So the idea is that the back lights are going to light up this as more of a glow rather than the lights. So the front lights are blinking and then the back lights will glow. Let's see if we can get it so you can see the blues and the pink and the blue come up nicely in the dark. So as I said earlier, the programming of this was a bit of a challenge because I wanted them to do two things simultaneously. I think what I would change in the future would be to have a separate brain, the lily pad main programming part, because I would want them to do this flashing and the glowing at the same time. Originally, I wanted to add sound, but decided that time-wise that wouldn't make sense, and so having the two sides with the LEDs, I think, works out really well. Then the switch here will turn the sequence on and off. That way we can save battery power. But the other thing would be that I might want to make it a little bit smaller. It does kind of go very large on my head once it's up there. But that's my project. I hope you enjoy it. I really had a lot of fun figuring out the programming, which is not my forte, and then decorating and designing everything so that it worked.